Saturday. What was the overall take from you guys?
It was ugly for the most part. We didn't do many things right the entire time. There were some good things. Obviously, there's always some good things in a film session, but there was a lot of bad and a lot of things we need to clean up. I know you guys back at the stadium were talking a lot about stuff about continuity and stuff, and I really don't think that's the issue. I really don't think continuity is the issue. It's just guys making mental mistakes and mental errors that easily can be cleaned up. It's just the fact of getting the things right when we go out there and do it.
Coach seemed to kind of side toward technique. Was there technique breakdowns?
Yeah. I mean, there's always a breakdown in technique. That's really when you come down to it, it's all really technique. Mentally, technique-wise, is kind of they all mix together. So technique standpoint, there was breakdowns. Yeah.
Was maybe the most disappointing part you guys are trying to run the clock out and you can't run to get that first down, and it was fourth quarter, maybe like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, that's very frustrating. I mean, gosh, you want to be able to close out a game like that and be able to get 10 yards, but obviously that's frustrating. But it's something that you gotta learn from and just kind of move on from. I mean, that happened last week, and we're moving on to this week, and hopefully we can make those corrections from last week and fix those in practice.
How do you explain? You guys pushed around a pretty good front seven at Penn State, and then you go against Arkansas State. I'm not dissing them. They're from the Sun Belt, different. How do you go from that to that performance to that performance?
Well, I think Penn State had a good front. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But Arkansas State had a pretty good front too. They had a lot of experienced guys. I know Carrington out on Callaway side is a legit NFL guy. They had a lot of experience up front too. So they're not a bunch of guys that just were thrown out there playing. So I don't think like it's mental. It's a mental thing, and it's technique wise, and I think that's what we lacked on Saturday was that technique and mental standpoint. I don't think it was effort. Definitely wasn't continuity. I just think it was those two things.
How did you feel Sunday?
How did I feel Sunday?
Yeah, after having a few weeks off and playing.
I felt great. I felt great after the game. I felt great during the game. No problems at all.
What have you seen from Michigan on film?
They're a good team. They fly around the ball. They put a lot of guys in the box. They stopped the run very well against Michigan State. I knew they held them up pretty good run-wise. They're experienced. I know Brandon Graham's a great player. He sticks out on tape. Then the other end, number 88, I don't know his name yet, but he's a heck of a player too. He flies the ball. He gets a good speed rush, and even their second string guys that they put in there, they do a great job. So it's a defense that can cause problems to an offense for sure.
The atmosphere that's going to be in Kinnick is one that you guys probably haven't seen since last year at Penn State. Just kind of talk about what the atmosphere will be like on Saturday.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. Hopefully the fans get up for this one, and it's the blackout, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a blackout, so hopefully it's a good environment. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to come dressed in black, and let's make the most out of it. It's been electric when Kinnick's at night. Normally fans get up and do a great job for it, so I expect it to be nothing but great.
You talked about continuity. It's one thing like in practice, say, does a QB get how many reps with the ones running backs? How often do you guys rotate on the line? Do you do that at all in practice?
Last week, not so much. If the coaches want to get some other guys worked in there with the ones, then they'll do it. But it just depends on the day, I guess. I don't know what we're going to be doing this week. I'll find out in the meetings what we're doing this week. There could be something changed up. I don't know, but normally there's not too much of a rotation going on. There can be, just depends.
Now,